take it that side, it becomes dv by dt upon v square is equal to du by dt upon u square. तो बस वो v square वाले टर्म को क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर लो तो you get this result. You get this result. In fact, you can see कि this result was similar to that for a mirror, except कि इसमें minus sign नहीं है. Mirror में एक minus sign होता था, इसमें minus sign नहीं है. Alright? dv by dt and du by dt both are speeds with respect. Hello, sorry, I think my network is a little unstable. Just trying another option. Is it better now? I think अब ठीक है ना, सही है, cool. All right. Let's hope that there are I think no more interruptions. Okay, so dv by dt and du by dt have the same sign. क्यों? Because you can see nicely कि there is no negative sign anywhere. तो जो du by dt का sign होगा वही dv by dt का sign होगा. That implies कि object and the image are going to move in the same direction for a lens. In general, refraction के वक्त ही हमने देखा था कि object and image always end up moving in the same direction. And I'm pretty sure we opened the app also in the previous class. And तब देखा था कि जो direction में object move करता है उसी direction में image move करता है. Do you remember that? ठीक है. Alright, so this is the result for image speed. इसका question करेंगे in some time. आगे आ जाएगा इसका एक question. We'll practice that definitely. But make sure you know how to derive. By now, I hope you have understood the technique to derive these results. ठीक है, the derivation is important. तुम जितना तुम derive कर सकते हो खुद से उतना कम तुम्हें याद करना पड़ेगा. So the better it is for you. Okay. Basic lens formula, mirror formula, वो सब रट लो. But then these image speed वाले formulas, if you can derive for yourselves, it will always be good. Okay, then you won't have to memorize every little thing. All right. Now, let's just define the power of a lens. Okay, so the power of a lens is simply defined as 1 upon f, where what is f? F is the coordinates of the focus. All this while, jo bhi humne f, the way we have understood f, that's the same f which is going to be over here. Okay, this is the coordinates of the focus. याद करो, coordinates मतलब positive हो सकता है या negative भी हो सकता है. So accordingly, power is the reciprocal of f, reciprocal of those coordinates. In fact, power is what appears on the right hand side of Lenz's formula. तो right hand side पे जो appear करता है ना, that is our power. See, whatever you ultimately write on the right hand side, that is power of the lens. So 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to the power of the lens. Samjha? Now, the power of a lens ka SI units yes, Harsh. Yes. The power of a lens ka SI unit is this new term called as diopter. But then diopter is technically what? Diopter is just 1 upon meters. So when you substitute the value of F, then diopter will be 1 upon meter. ठीक है? And कोई पूछ रहा है कि mirror के लिए भी ये formula है क्या? Exactly, mirror के लिए भी यही formula है. Mirror also has the same formula. So right now I'm just talking about a lens, but I think sometime we'll maybe in the next class वापस mirror के लिए भी देखेंगे. Funda same है. Mirror के लिए भी power is 1 upon F. So when you're talking about mirrors, then power will be 1 upon F equal to 2 by R. But when you're talking about lenses, power will be 1 upon F, and 1 upon F को निकालने का formula क्या है ना, mu relative minus 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Got the idea? So, but fundamentally, power of any object is what? 1 upon F. Power of any object is what? 1 upon F. Power of a plane mirror कोई पूछ रहा है, power of a plane mirror will be 0 because F is at infinity, radius of curvature is infinity, है ना? तो plane mirror के लिए that 1 upon F वाला term becomes 0. So plane mirror वगैरह का power 0 होगा. ठीक? Lens का power पे coming back to the units of power of a lens, yes Ayush, we'll see that, is diopter, and diopter is the reciprocal of 1 meter. So if you substitute the value of F, in meters, you will get power in diopters. All right. Now I want you to remember one thing. I want you to remember that power is, sorry, I want you to remember that diopter is the SI unit. And this means you have to be careful. Q, because in most questions, you're always going to get F in centimeters. Majority of the questions जब भी तुम F निकालोगे वो सेंटीमीटर में आएगा. तो सेंटीमीटर से तुम मीटर में कन्वर्ट करके रेसिप्रोकल ले लो. फोकल लेंथ तुम मीटर में निकाल के रेसिप्रोकल ले लो. Just try an example. For instance, if F is equal to minus 20 centimeters. Try this. Let's say F is equal to minus 20 centimeters. What is power going to be? Perfect. Okay. Yes. So 1 by 0.2, which is actually equal to 5. So make sure you convert it. Just be conscious of that. जल्दबाजी में गड़बड़ होता है. Just convert centimeters to meters, and then F being minus 0.2 meters, power becomes 1 upon minus 0.2. So remember, power निकालते वक्त substitute F with the sign. Substitute F with the sign. So power is just, power का definition भी इतना ही है, is the reciprocal of the coordinates of the focus. One of you asked for the definition इतना ही है, reciprocal of the coordinates of the focus. Coordinates can be positive, negative, वैसे ही power can be positive, negative. ठीक है? Minus 20 centimeters is 0.2 meters. I think किसी को 0 नहीं दिख रहा है. 0 लिखा नहीं था, but 0.2 basically means 0.2 meters. So 1 upon minus 0.2 meters is minus 5 diopter. See? All right, so that's just That's just something to observe. By the way, negative power किसके लिए आता है? Negative power किसके लिए आएगा? जिसके लिए F नेगेटिव आएगा, और F किसके लिए नेगेटिव आता था? डाइवर्जिंग लेंस के लिए, डाइवर्जिंग लेंस या कॉनकेव लेंस के लिए, ठीक है? सो नेगेटिव पावर मींस डाइवर्जिंग लेंस और अ कॉनकेव लेंस, एंड पॉजिटिव पावर अकॉर्डिंगली will be for a converging lens or a convex lens. See, so positive power will be for a converging lens or a convex lens. All right. Now, we have this interesting property कि when we have thin lenses placed very close to each other, then you can replace that entire combination with one lens of what power? You can replace that entire combination with one lens of some net power which will be equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3. मतलब ये पूरा कॉम्बिनेशन को तुम एक सिंगल लेंस से रिप्लेस कर सकते हो with a power equal to the sum of all of their individual powers, and it's very easy to prove that. ठीक है, तो देखो प्रूफ कैसे करेंगे, सिंपल सी बात है, पहला लेंस ले लो। अब पहले लेंस के लिए मान लो ऑब्जेक्ट का कोऑर्डिनेट u है और मान लो इमेज का कोऑर्डिनेट्स v1 है। This is only when they are placed close. Yes, only when the lenses are thin and when they are placed close, and 90% of the questions will be like this. ठीक है? So ऑब्जेक्ट का कोऑर्डिनेट्स u है, इमेज का कोऑर्डिनेट्स मान लो v1 पे बनता है, तो पहले लेंस का इक्वेशन हो जाएगा 1/v1 minus 1/u is equal to p1. 1/v1 minus 1/u is equal to p1. मानते हो ना? Because you would have written 1/f, and 1/f is power. So 1/v1 minus 1/u is equal to p1. All right. What about our next equation? Now we know कि जो पहले लेंस के लिए जहां पे इमेज बनता है, जो भी पॉइंट पहले लेंस के लिए इमेज बनेगा, वो दूसरे लेंस के लिए ऑब्जेक्ट हो जाएगा, है ना? We have seen this logic when light passes through surfaces one after the other. Image of the first becomes object for the second. Image of the first becomes object of the second. Shivang, just hold on to that thing. I'll answer that. Now, second lens के लिए मान लो image v2 पे बन गया. So then the equation becomes what? 1/v2 minus 1/v1 is equal to power of the second lens. Similarly, what about the third lens? अब second lens का image becomes third lens का object. So 1/v is now the final coordinates of the final image. So 1/v minus 1/v2 becomes power of the third lens. And if we finally want an equation, like most probably we would want to find v given u, given whatever we need about these lenses, then the best thing to do is just add these three equations. And notice कि when we add these three equations, 1/v1 कटता है, 1/v2 कट जाता है, मतलब जो intermediate बीच में जो images बन रहे हैं, they disappear. And what are we left with? 1/, जहाँ पे भी final image बन रहा है, minus 1/, जहाँ पे भी original image था, is p1 plus p2 plus p3. Such a nice simple equation. All right, 1/v minus 1/u is p1 plus p2 plus p3. मतलब पहले लेंस का 1/f प्लस दूसरे लेंस का 1/f प्लस तीसरे लेंस का 1/f is 1/v minus 1/u. Understood the proof? So the net power behaves, net power behaves just like the full combination behaves like a single lens of this power. So you can replace this entire combination with a single lens of this power. And yes, this is only for thin lenses, and this is what is going to be tested to you. Okay? They'll make you answer questions for thin lenses placed close to each other. One of you asked how close. Well, the conclusion is it's so close that this distance and this distance is roughly the same, that close. ठीक है, इनके बीच में ज्यादा distance नहीं है, which is what we are doing. We are saying कि object का coordinates with respect to the first lens and second lens is the same. Object का coordinates with respect to the second lens and third lens is the same. All right, so we will neglect the thickness of the lens, and वो anyways वो तुम्हें देंगे भी नहीं, लेंस का thickness भी नहीं देंगे, लेंस के बीच में कितना distance है वो भी नहीं देंगे. So when none of that is given, it's fair to assume कि the lens is very thin and the thickness between them is negligible. And yes, they will be touching each other. So these will be thin lenses touching each other. They'll be in contact. Ayush is saying one of the examples is the temporary lenses the opticians make us wear while testing our eyesight. Probably, I mean, I've not gotten my eyesight tested, so probably I wish I had gone through that experience, but मुझे नहीं पता. But yeah, I mean, it's quite simple. It's just thin lenses placed close to each other, and this is roughly what comes as a consequence of ignoring the thickness of the lens. All right. Okay. They use a combination of thin lenses to determine the power of the eyeballs. Okay, yes. I think ऐसा कुछ होता है वहाँ पे. Combination of lenses use करते हैं because the maths is not complicated. क्यों? दो लेंस को एक के बाद प्लेस करोगे तो बस पावर ऐड होता है और ज्यादा कुछ कॉम्प्लेक्स नहीं होता है. No doubts here. If the lenses are thick, then this is not going to work. Lenses are thick, so then this formula itself is not valid. No, याद है? Lens thick का example क्या है? What is a thick lens? Where did that question go? Long before we even started lenses. This is a thick lens, sphere जैसा. So when the lens is thick, you have no option but to consider refraction at the first surface, measure distance, then consider refraction at the second surface, and then solve. That's how you solve for a thick lens. See, those are slightly more difficult questions, but whenever we deal with lenses, we will always assume our lenses are thin. And unless mentioned otherwise, we'll always assume lenses are thin. Okay, so now, yes, a full sphere is an example of a thick lens. Okay, now we are going to try a question like this. And this question has many parts, but the whole purpose of this question is just to strengthen our concepts. Okay, the whole purpose of this question is just to strengthen our concepts. So this particular question, we'll try to revise several things at the same time. ठीक है, but एक एक करके करेंगे. I have given you 3 lenses. As you can see, I've labeled them lens 1, lens 2, lens 3. I have also mentioned कि the first lens is equiconvex and उसका mu दिया है, उसका radius दिया है. दूसरा लेंस इज प्लेनो कॉनकेव, उसका भी म्यू दिया है, उसका भी रेडियस दिया है. तीसरा लेंस इज इक्वी कॉनकेव, उसका भी म्यू एंड रेडियस दिया है. एक क्यों दे रहा हूं रेडियस, दो क्यों नहीं दे रहा हूं? बिकॉज दीज आर इक्वी कॉनकेव, मतलब दोनों तरफ सेम रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर है, लेंथ सेम है, इसलिए एक ही दे रहा हूं वैल्यू. ठीक है. सो फर्स्ट थिंग आई वांट यू टू डू इज just answer these 4 questions. Find the powers of the 3 lenses using lens maker's formula. Find the 3 powers and then find the net power. Find the 3 powers and then find the net power. Okay. This power is the power of the glasses which we wear. Yes. Your spectacles have lenses, and again, power is defined the same way. If your power is positive, you're most likely using a concave lens. Power is negative, you're using a convex lens. You just try these questions out, but remember all values are given in centimeters. So just solve till part 4. All values are in centimeters. So be careful because you want to give your answer in diopter. Options भी जो सामने होगा ना एग्जाम में ऑप्शन diopter में होगा. तो try to find power in terms of its SI unit in diopter. क्या कंप्यूटर ग्लासेस यार मैंने उतना PhD नहीं किया ग्लासेस में तो I myself don't wear. All I understand is I understand lenses. So if it's an ordinary glass using lenses, I can kind of explain what they do. Yeah, but beyond that, I can't. Yes, Shreya, very nice. First one is 20D. सही है. Yes, अमन क्या डाउट है? शिवांक सही है. 2010 is correct. First is 20, second is 10. निशांत सही है. थर्ड वाला पावर नेगेटिव होगा. So just check your answer. कॉन्केव है ना थर्ड वाला. पहले दो कॉन्वेक्स है. Third should be minus 60D. Subodh सही है. अमन सही है. You can add them and you can get the fourth as well. Fourth is minus 30D. All right, very nice. Has everyone been able to get this? If anyone hasn't got, just let me know. I'll show the working. Third one, okay. Okay. हाँ पहले का 20. So let's just go over it quickly. ठीक है जल्दी से. As a revision of lens makers, पहले का 20D आता है. कैसे अप्लाई करोगे? लेंस मेकर्स फॉर्मूला. जस्ट पिक अ पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन. दैट्स योर फर्स्ट सरफेस. फर्स्ट सरफेस का सेंटर देख लो पॉजिटिव है तो हेंस R1 के जगह पॉजिटिव 10 डालेंगे. अगला सरफेस का सेंटर इफ यू कैन सी नेगेटिव साइड पे आ रहा है तो R2 माइनस 10 डालेंगे. बाकी सब ठीक है. 1/f इज इक्वल टू म्यू relative minus 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So if you look closely, 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 by 10 minus 1 by 10 means 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10. So that becomes 2 by 10. And 2 by 10 becomes 1 by 5. So we get the power as 1 by 5 centimeter inverse. But if you want to convert it to diopters, then what you'll have to do is 1 by 5 centimeter inverse is centimeter is meter upon 100. Okay, centimeter is meter upon 100. So it can be written as 100 by 5 meters. 100 by 5 meters. है ना. यहाँ पे सेंटीमीटर इज 5 into 10 power minus 2 meters. 10 power minus 2 ऊपर ले लिया तो 100 by 5 meters. 100 by 5 में 20 रह जाएगा. Alright. So अरे एक मिनट क्या किया तुमने? R is 10 so R by 2 is 5. बाबा तू लकीली सही आया तेरा. तूने मिरर का फॉर्मूला लगा लिया. F is R by 2 is only for mirrors. And fortunately this is, wow, you're lucky man. ये 5 आ जाता है इसमें भी. But F is R by 2 is only for mirrors. For lenses it depends on mu. Like one of you I think asked me some time ago कि ये जो भी हम कर रहे हैं ये रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स पे डिपेंड करेगा या नहीं. बिल्कुल करेगा, है ना. जब हमने लेंसेज को कंबाइन किया, यू सेड शुडंट इट डिपेंड ऑन रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स. इट डज. यहाँ पे घुस रहा है रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स. इंडिविजुअल पावर्स डिपेंड ऑन द रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ द स्लैब्स. ओके, तो ये करना था. आई होप यू गॉट दैट. 20D इज द फर्स्ट वन. ये समझ के करो. व्हाट इज, लुक एट व्हाट इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, बी क्लियर. मिरर का एफ निकालने के लिए R/2 है. लेंस का एफ निकालने के लिए लेंस मेकर्स फॉर्मूला है. ओके, सो यूज दैट. सेकेंड वाला जस्ट चेक कर लो. 1/f इज म्यू -1. तो म्यू रिलेटिव इज 3/1 -1. अब 1/r1 -1/r2. तो अब r1 क्या हो गया? आई हैव टेकन दिस डायरेक्शन इज पॉजिटिव. दिस इज माय फर्स्ट सरफेस, सो माय सेंटर लाइज on the positive side. Nice. तो ये आ जाएगा +20. एंड दूसरा सरफेस तो स्ट्रेट लाइन है. स्ट्रेट लाइन का रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर इनफाइनाइट होता है, तो therefore 1/infinity 0 होता है, एंड दैट टर्म इज एज गुड एज नॉट प्रेजेंट. ठीक है, वो गायब हो जाएगा दूसरा टर्म. तो बेसिकली व्हाट वी हैव इज 3 - 1 2 into 1/20, which is going to give me 1/10. And one quick trick to convert centimeter inverse to diopter is just multiply by 100. ठीक है, तो 100/10, 10 diopter is your answer. 10 diopter is your answer. इसका भी लकीली आया क्या? अरे हद है यार. 20/2 इसमें भी 10 आ रहा है. Let's see if your luck ran out in the third question. थर्ड वाला, हाँ इसमें शायद ट्रिक कुछ नहीं है भाई. ट्रिक नहीं है. गलत. somebody is asking what is this guy's trick. कुछ ट्रिक नहीं है. मिरर का फॉर्मूला डाल दिया गलती से, एंड गलती से 2 क्वेश्चन से ही आया. ठीक है, इट वाज जस्ट अ कोइंसिडेंस. मैं म्यू का वैल्यू दूसरा देता था सेम रेडियस के लिए. इफ आई वुड हैव गिवन अ डिफरेंट, ओ माय गुडनेस, मोर पीपल हैव डन दिस. क्या कर रहे हो यार? मिरर तो बहुत पहले हो गया. थिंक योर मेमोरीज आर टू स्ट्रांग. ओके, same radius. I hope you can see, same radius, had I given a different mu, you would have not gotten the same answer. Okay, you have to use lens maker's formula. All right, ये वाला mu is equal to 4. Okay, mu is equal to 4. तो इसके लिए 1/f. अब एटलीस्ट समझ में आ रहा है ना. mu relative -1, पहले सरफेस का रिफ्रैक्टिव, पहले सरफेस का सेंटर का कोऑर्डिनेट्स which lies on the negative side, therefore that is going to be -10. Is going to be -10, and दूसरे सेंटर का coordinates is going to be +10. all right, so यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, if you look carefully you'll get 3, 4 - 1 3 into -1/10 -1/10, which is going to be -2/10, which is basically -1/5. तो ये आ जाएगा -3/5. and I think, अच्छा अब मैं you say this कि सेंटीमीटर इनवर्स को तुमने पावर में कन्वर्ट करते वक्त 100 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, डायोप्टर में कन्वर्ट करते वक्त 100 से मल्टीप्लाई किया. दैट्स राइट. -3/5 सेंटीमीटर इनवर्स एक्सिस. पॉजिटिव एक्सिस के बेसिस पे ये तुम्हारा पहला सरफेस हो गया, है ना. एंड फिर सर्कल को कंप्लीट करके देखो ना, सर्कल का सेंटर कहाँ पे आ रहा है? सर्कल का सेंटर इधर पीछे आ रहा है. अग्रीड? माय वॉइस इज लैगिंग अपेरेंटली. सर्कल का सेंटर पीछे आ गया, देयरफॉर this first R1 का coordinates will be -10. First R1 का coordinates will be -10. ठीक है. एंड ओवर हियर जब तुम सेकंड सरफेस देखोगे उसको भी कंप्लीट कर लो, एंड देखो उसका सेंटर कहाँ पे आता है. वो पॉजिटिव आ रहा है, तो +10. ठीक है, इट्स सिंपल. You just have to make sure you do these things. Draw an axis first and just highlight that first surface. Complete the circle in your head. Look at its sign. Complete the second circle in your head. Look at the sign of the center. Okay? Convinced? Any doubt in these powers? None. Okay, fine. We're going to add them up. And of course, when you add them up, no surprise, it comes to minus 30 diopter. All right. So when you add them, you get minus 30 diopter. Of course, you guys know addition. 20, 10, and minus 60 ka addition will give us minus 30 diopter. So I'm back on the question slide now. Yes. So if you converted R in meters in the starting itself, that's okay. See, yeah, it's fine. पहले से भी कर सकते थे. ये बस पावर वाले क्वेश्चन के लिए we have to report our answer in diopter because your options will be in diopter for sure. So just power वाले question के लिए we were converting. Okay. 20, 10, minus 60. As I try to finish my fix my voice lag. In the meanwhile, attempt this. Okay, just attempt this. Locate where the image is formed. देखो ऑब्जेक्ट कहाँ पे है? ऑब्जेक्ट 10 सेंटीमीटर आगे है लेंस के. ठीक है, it's 10 centimeters ahead of the lens. Don't worry about which lens. The entire combination is very thin. The entire combination is very thin. So I want the final image. What do I want you to do? I want you to do this. ये क्वेश्चन में जो किया ना, क्या किया? ये क्वेश्चन में जहाँ पे 3 लेंस है, 1 by v minus 1 by u is net power. वो करना है तुम्हें. तुमने ऑलरेडी निकाल दिया नेट पावर. ठीक है, ऑलरेडी निकाल दिया है तुमने नेट पावर. इसको तुम मीटर्स में रखना चाहते हो, मीटर्स में रख लो. सेंटीमीटर्स में लिखना है, सेंटीमीटर्स में लिख लो. Just make sure units on both sides are the same. Okay, this is what you're going to do. Use this nice result. You have found net power. Use that to find where the image will be formed given the object is over here. Couple of more things. Given that the object ka height is 2 centimeters, please also find the height of the image. Given that the object speed is 5 meters per second, please also find the speed of the image. You can cross check the answers. Yeah. See, for those who are wondering what you need to do is, तुम लगाते थे ना 1 by v minus 1 by u is 1 upon f लिखते थे, है ना? 1 upon f is actually power. Now, instead of doing this for all 3 lenses, treat the 3 lenses as one lens, having what effective power? Having P1 plus P2 plus P3 effective power. So 1 by V minus 1 by U should be minus 30 diopter. If you're going to substitute V and U in centimeters, तो power को वापस centimeters में लिख लो. ठीक है? If you're going to substitute V and U in centimeters, just what's the units? Power को centimeter में लिख लो. So you should get, for the first question, minus 2.5 centimeters. Sorry for the voice lag, guys. If you missed anything that I explained, you can just let me know. I'll repeat that. Okay, so what I said is we will replace the 3 lenses with one lens having some net focal length or having some net power. what is the net power of the combination? Minus 30 diopter या minus 30 by 100 centimeters. ठीक है? So जो net power है, that is the right hand side of the equation. 1 by v minus 1 by u is your left hand side. हाँ, directly तुम minus 30 diopter को ले सकते हो to find and you can directly place it in the lens formula. These three behave as one lens having minus 30 diopter power. समझ में आया? These three can be replaced as one lens having minus 30 by diopter power. Yes, Ayush. सही है. बता दूं क्या पहला वाला? अच्छा, some are saying yes, some are saying no. Just to give you a hint, तुम्हें पावर निकालते वक्त, अच्छा नहीं बताना. यार 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f में net power substitute कर लो. This 1 by f is the net power. ठीक है? This 1 by f is your net power. All right. Yeah. So net power. Okay. Voice अभी आ रहा है क्या? अभी आ रहा है? वापस बीच में गया था. ठीक है. The speed of the object was 5 meters per second. Speed of the object was 5 meters per second. ठीक है? So attempt that. Meanwhile, I'll just explain to these guys what we do in the first part. तो देखो क्या करना है? ये हमने नेट पावर निकाल दिया -30 डायोप्टर. नेट पावर निकाल दिया -30 डायोप्टर. ओके, सो -30 diopter is going to be the net power for the entire combination. So when I use my lens formula, I can now say 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to the net power. समझ में आया? So when you have a combination of lenses, just find the net power and then 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to net power. नेट पावर कितना था? डायोप्टर था. u कितना है? u -10 centimeters है. Agreed? Now just because you're using u in centimeters, please insert your power also in centimeters. है ना? So that centimeters everywhere, the unit is the same. So instead of putting -30, convert that 1 meter into 100 centimeters. To put minus 30 by 100 centimeters. समझ में आया? And यहाँ से you will get the value of V. यहाँ से you'll get the value of V. So minus 1 by 10 taken, sorry, plus 1 by 10 taken over there becomes minus 1 by 10. Minus 1 by 10 minus 3 by 10 becomes minus 4 by 10. If 1 upon V is minus 4 by 10, V is minus 10 divided by 4. So V becomes minus 2.5 centimeters. Did you get that? Yes, Aman. But did everyone get this? All those who had not understood before? See, power is nothing but the right hand side of your lens formula. So when you find net power, just use that net power in the right hand side. Of course, be careful of the units. And if you're inserting U in centimeters and you want V also in centimeters, put power also in centimeters. See? All right. No doubt there. Height. हाफ आ रहा है हाइट HI का वैल्यू हाफ आ रहा है HI, think about the formula that you have for HI, and it has something to do with the formula you know for magnification. So what is the formula you know for magnification? Magnification is HI upon HO, which is V upon U. Yes, HI upon HO is V upon U. Khatam. So HI upon HO, HO दिया था 2 centimeters, V निकल गया minus 2.5 and U निकल गया minus 10. So minus 2.5 upon minus 10 is actually 1 upon 4. ठीक है, 1 upon 4 is your magnification. 1 upon 4 is your magnification. तो यहाँ से we get कि HI is 2 upon 4 cross multiply. HI comes out to be 2 divided by 4. So HI comes out to be half centimeter. HI is half centimeter. Cool. Very nice. एक बार ये आ गया फिर speed. So for the fifth part, can we find the V of all the lenses and add them? Fifth part, is the fifth part the one before this? Ye tha fifth part. So please understand, you don't have to complicate things. Just I'll tell you what would be a complex thing to do. See, some may think कि तुम्हें पहले लेंस के कारण इमेज निकालना है, फिर दूसरे लेंस के कारण इमेज निकालना है, तीसरे लेंस के कारण इमेज निकालना है. नहीं, ये सब करने का जरूरत ही नहीं है. If you notice, just look at this derivation. जो भी पहले लेंस के कारण इमेज था और जो भी दूसरे लेंस के कारण भी इमेज था, all of those get cancelled out when we add this equation. What are we finally getting? Finally, what we get is 1 upon final image minus 1 upon object coordinates is P1 plus P2 plus P3. Or if you prefer it this way, 1 upon F1 plus 1 upon F2 plus 1 upon F3. This is the story. करना क्या है? 1 by V minus 1 by U is 1 by F के जगह do 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 plus 1 by F3 for all three lenses. That is what you have to do. 1 by V minus 1 by U is 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 plus 1 by F3. समझ में आया? You don't have to find individual images. Your work is very easy. Take this as a net lens, single lens, having 1 upon F equal to 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 plus 1 by F3. Okay? And let's just see the final result for the speed. Okay, we'll practice more such questions. Speed के लिए, yes, simple. इतना ये formula था. Speed is V square by U square object speed. Your speed is magnification का square object speed. है ना? V upon U was 1 upon 4. तो इमेज स्पीड इज 1/4 का स्क्वायर टाइम्स ऑब्जेक्ट का स्पीड. ऑब्जेक्ट का 5 है तो इमेज का 5/16 होगा. ऑब्जेक्ट का 5 है तो इमेज का 5/16 होगा. ओके so this is the answer, 5/16. 5/16 आ गया. ठीक है. एंड डायरेक्शन तो ज्यादा सोचा नहीं डायरेक्शन के बारे में. डायरेक्शन इज एनीवेज गोइंग टू बी टुवर्ड्स राइट. एंड सिंस ऑब्जेक्ट का स्पीड मीटर्स पर सेकेंड में था तो इमेज का भी स्पीड मीटर्स पर सेकेंड में ही आएगा. ये तो यहाँ पे ये डायमेंशनलेस है. इसका जो भी यूनिट्स है वही इसका भी यूनिट्स होगा. 5 meters per second ऑब्जेक्ट का स्पीड सवाल में ही दिया था. Yeah, that was given in the question itself. 5 meters per second was the speed of the object. Okay. Finally, what is the nature of the image? Ayush, yes, you can write it that way as well. सही है. हाँ, nature of the image. नेगेटिव साइड पे बन रहा है. Same sign as the object, closer to the lens. M positive आता है, half आता है. Upright and diminished. नहीं? Most of you got it right. Some are getting it wrong. कैसे? Look at your magnification. See, your magnification is positive. M positive आ गया मतलब upright. खत्म. M का magnitude 1 से कम आया मतलब diminished. See, positive 1/4 means an upright image is formed of size 1/4 of the object. ठीक है. So 1/4 जब आएगा that means it's diminished and is upright. And virtual का comment करने के लिए simple सा technique है. The image will be virtual if it's formed on if it's formed in front of the lens. The image will be virtual if it's formed in front of the lens. क्यों? Final rays are on the right hand side. If the final rays after passing through the lens, final rays are there. So because the final rays are there, any image formed over there will be real. Any image formed over here will be virtual. इमेज नेगेटिव साइड पे बन गया, लेंस के सामने बन गया. लेंस के सामने तो लाइट रेज है ही नहीं, लाइट रेज आगे निकल गया. अग्रीड. सो देयरफॉर द इमेज शुड बी वर्चुअल. ओके, द इमेज शुड बी वर्चुअल. व्हिच रिमाइंड्स मी, have we discussed this page? Did I explain this page to you guys, or did I add it later? I think I've added it later. All right, so let me just explain this page. इसमें तुम्हें अच्छे से समझ में आएगा कब रियल होता है कब वर्चुअल होता है. एक बहुत ही सिंपल सा ट्रिक है रियल वर्चुअल के लिए. ठीक है, तो क्या ट्रिक है देखो. इफ इमेज इज ऑन द सेम साइड एज द फाइनल रेज, if the image is on the same side as the final rays, it is real. Okay, this is page 125.5. I've added it in your notes. I think I mentioned this to another batch. So if the image is on the same side as the final rays, it is real. All you need to figure out is final rays कहाँ पे बनता है. तो देखो mirror के world में we know कि the rays rebound, and therefore I know in the mirror का world my final rays are in front of the mirror. यानी कि my final rays are on the negative side. तो mirror के world में negative side is the real image side, and positive side behind the mirror is the virtual image side. सही है? Make sense? जहाँ पे final rays होगा वहां पे सच में image बनेगा. जहाँ पे rays है ही नहीं वहां पे image बन ही नहीं सकता है. तो वो वर्चुअल इमेज होगा. मेक सेंस है ना? सो दैट इज फॉर मिरर्स. लेंस के लिए भी बहुत इजीली तुम बता सकते हो. नहीं, मैं जनरल बता रहा हूँ यश. कोई भी मिरर के लिए, डोंट यू अग्री? मैंने रैंडम सा एक मिरर ड्रॉ किया कॉनकेव, बट डोंट यू अग्री फॉर एनी मिरर द रे हैज टू फाइनली गो बैकवर्ड्स. रिफ्लेक्शन हो रहा है ना? लेट इट बी एनी मिरर, फाइनली won't the rays be on the left hand side? For any mirror, the rays are going to ultimately go back. कॉनकेव हो, कॉन्वेक्स हो, प्लेन हो, हर मिरर के लिए वो वापस पीछे जाएगा. पीछे जाएगा, नेगेटिव साइड में रहेगा. देयरफॉर मिरर के लिए the real image side is the negative side. Wherever the final rays are, that side is the real image side. Okay? For lenses, okay, एक बार ये सुन लो. For lenses, what will happen? It's going to be the opposite, क्योंकि लेंस लाइट को वापस बेचता ही नहीं है. लेंस क्या करता है? लेंस लाइट को आगे जाने देता है. अब लाइट को आगे जाने दिया मतलब where are the final rays for a lens? They are always behind the lens. They are always on the positive side, because the lens just allows the light to go through it. It's not going to send light back. So all the final rays are on the positive side. They are behind the lens. Therefore, the real image should also be formed behind the lens. And virtual image का बात क्या होगा? Virtual image will of course be formed in front of the lens. Why? Because there are no light rays over here. Light ray तो आगे निकल गया. आगे निकल गया तो यहाँ पे इमेज कैसे बन सकता है? वर्चुअली बन सकता है, रियल नहीं बन सकता है. समझा? मिरर के पीछे वर्चुअल बनेगा. क्यों? मिरर के पीछे लाइट जाता नहीं है. और लेंस के आगे वर्चुअल बनेगा. क्यों? बिकॉज लेंस के आगे लाइट नहीं है, मतलब लाइट हैज ऑलरेडी गॉन अहेड. इट्स पास थ्रू द लेंस. इट्स बिहाइंड द लेंस नाउ. फाइनल रेज आर नॉट अहेड ऑफ द लेंस. ठीक है? सो वर्चुअल इमेज, आई होप दिस इज क्वाइट क्लियर. ठीक है? आई एम जस्ट एक्सप्लेनिंग दिस पार्ट फॉर नाउ. यहाँ पे ये नीचे वाला पार्ट एक्सप्लेन कर रहा था. ठीक है? एंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज, शुभम सही है. And what I'm saying is, this is true for any mirror, any lens, any refraction के लिए ये होगा. कोई भी refraction के लिए right hand side होगा. कोई भी refraction के लिए right hand side होगा. ठीक है? कोई भी refraction के लिए right hand side होगा. क्यों? Because for any refraction, final rays are always there. Wherever the final rays are, only there you can have real image. Because where the final rays are, there you have a real meeting point. Where the final rays are not, you can only have a virtual meeting point. Understood? So for any refraction, be it a lens, be it a curved surface, any refraction, when it's formed on that side, the image is real. When it's formed behind the surface, the image is real. When it's formed in front of the surface, the image is virtual. Understood? For any refraction, this is true. It's a very simple concept. Just think about where the final rays are. You don't need any app or anything for this. It's just based on the concept where the final rays are. Final rays इधर है तो ये side real है. Mirror के world में कोई भी mirror final rays इधर है तो ये वाला real है. खत्म. ठीक है? All right. Now यहाँ पे मैंने ऊपर एक चीज एक्स्ट्रा एक्सप्लेन किया. क्या होता है? A lot of students, if you see the various results we got for whatever question we solved, like over here we saw कि we got real inverted image. यहाँ पे भी हमें दिखा real inverted image. अगले वाले में भी real inverted. उसके बाद virtual upright. So when students see stuff like this, they tend to think कि real inverted हमेशा साथ साथ जाता है. In reality, that's not the case. I want to clarify that real and virtual mean two separate things. Inverted and upright mean two completely different things. Okay, you just happen to see real and inverted go hand in hand when you have a real object. And the thing is, most of the times we have real objects. तो real object के लिए जब भी real image बनता है वो inverted बन जाता है साथ साथ. But this is not a universal rule. in the exam they can give you a virtual object. ठीक है, it's a little rare but they can give virtual object. and जब virtual object होगा तब real inverted साथ साथ नहीं जाएगा. जैसे ये example देख लो, मैंने यहाँ पे एक virtual object place किया और ऐसा image बन गया. Look at the nature of that image. It looks like the image is upright and of course magnified, but upright more importantly, and it also looks like it's formed where the final rays are, therefore it is real. तो यहाँ पे दिख गया कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. रियल इन्वर्टेड हमेशा हैंड इन हैंड नहीं जा रहा है, रियल अपराइट बन सकता है जब ऑब्जेक्ट वर्चुअल है. सो माय पॉइंट इन दिस एक्सप्लेनेशन इज नॉट कि तुम हर केस रट लो, रियल ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए ऐसा है, वर्चुअल ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए ऐसा है. आई एम नॉट आस्किंग यू टू डू एनी ऑफ दैट. रादर आई एम आस्किंग यू टू जस्ट रिमेंबर कि रियल इन्वर्टेड आर टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स. दे डोंट गो हैंड इन हैंड. And you don't need to memorize different cases, you just need to understand what real means. Real simply means this: is the image formed on the opposite side? I mean, is the image formed where the final rays are, or is the image formed where the final rays are not? If it's formed where the final rays are, it's going to be a real image, otherwise it's going to be a virtual image. Okay, understood that? Understood this? Please mark this page 125.5. I think is a very important page which nicely tells you what real and virtual means all across ray optics. And similarly, there was one nice page in the middle I've lost, but जहाँ पे मैंने वो line से बता दिया कि है ना, same side opposite side. I think you remember we did that last time. वो line के हिसाब से हमने देख लिया था कब I've lost it. अरे बहुत बढ़िया, इसी के पहले 125 125.5. 125 में देखा था कब इन्वर्टेड बनता है, कब अपराइट बनता है, एंड 125.5 बताता है कब रियल बनता है, कब वर्चुअल बनता है. ठीक है, सो आई वुड से जस्ट मार्क दीज टू पेजेस फॉर स्पेशली, आई मीन these are very critical for the entire chapter. You know, if you are clear with these two pages, you will understand when images will be real, when they will be inverted, upright, virtual, etc. ठीक है, याद है ना 125 काफी एक easy explanation दिया था. ठीक है, remember those two pages. All right. यश कॉन्केव लेंस हो या convex lens हो, in either case, point is if the image is formed behind the lens, it will be real. If it's formed in front, it will be virtual. And lens के लिए opposite side is inverted, same side is upright. So irrespective of the lens, you don't need to remember different cases, but irrespective of the lens, you will find this trend. Okay. All right. Pages 125, 125.5 कहीं पे mark कर लो. Those pages are quite important. 125 and 125.5. Okay. All right. Can we try this question? This is another interesting question. Can I show the last page? Okay, this is the last page. देख लो. So just a recap, because image का coordinates negative आया, मतलब lens के सामने बन गया, hence virtual था. तो virtual we just see where the image is formed and we comment. Whereas upright diminished कैसे बोलते हैं? ये magnification देख के, positive magnification मतलब upright and magnitude 1 से कम मतलब diminished. ठीक है? लेंस के सामने वाला साइड वर्चुअल साइड होता है. Actually, can we try this question first? 150 कर लेते हैं, ठीक है? It's just similar to the previous question that we did. Can you try this question? Okay, we almost near the end of the chapter. We have a lot of time, and therefore we are going to spend some time getting strong in this chapter. So we will solve. We'll start focusing more on solving questions. So imagine you have a question like this. Okay, I've given one slab. Slab का thickness is 6. Slab का thickness is 6. Refractive index is 3. And then I've given two lenses. अब तक समझ में आ गया तुम्हें लेंस के साथ क्या करना है ना? By now you got an idea for what to do with the two lenses, है ना? And yes, slab का भी एक बहुत सिंपल सा फंडा था. Try and recollect. Slab कुछ भी नहीं करता है, हल्का सा बस क्या करता है, शिफ्ट कराता है और कुछ नहीं. ठीक है, शिफ्ट कराता है. So can you try and locate the image in this case? Yes, Akansha, theory part is more or less over, but then there are certain specific problem types which we are going to look at. The next chapter in this track is going to be heat and thermodynamics, and that also is not supposed to be started right now. So we have some free time in this track. I may most probably take optical instruments. Yeah, normally that's done towards the end, but I think since we have time now, it'll be good to do it now properly. End में rush में करने से अच्छा अभी अच्छे से कर लेते हैं. It's a small topic, optical instruments. वो मेंस सिर्फ मेंस में होगा, एडवांस में होगा ही नहीं. That topic is not in the advanced syllabus. That's in the mains syllabus. So 24 is the distance of the object from the lens. 24 is the distance of the object from the combination. I mean that combination is thin. So roughly lens से distance 24 है. Slab का thickness 6. Any other doubt in this question? ये equiconvex है, R5 है, mu3 है, और दूसरा equiconcave है, mu2 है, R10 है. Please try to locate the image. Remember, slab only shifts the object. आगे शिफ्ट कराता है और कुछ नहीं. एंड वो दो लेंस का बस नेट एफ निकाल दो, नेट पावर निकाल दो, नेट 1/f निकाल दो. यस शुभम, सही है. यस, पार्थ, क्वाइट सिमिलर. Some parts are quite similar. Yes, Aditya. Yes, Ketan. Parth, yes. Again, just a reminder, I hope you have got कि lens के कारण shift is 4 centimeters. ये आया, shift is 4. तो लेंस के कारण अब ऑब्जेक्ट का डिस्टेंस बस 20 सेंटीमीटर हो जाता है. लेंस नहीं, क्या बोलो, स्लैब के वजह से शिफ्ट इज 4 एंड स्लैब के कारण ऑब्जेक्ट का डिस्टेंस बस 20 सेंटीमीटर होता है. दैट इज ऑल दैट स्लैब इज डूइंग. इट्स नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग एल्स. बस ऑब्जेक्ट को थोड़ा आगे शिफ्ट करा दिया. सो डोंट गेट स्केयर ऑफ स्लैब्स. ओके, नो, 60 is not the final answer. Shreya, yes, perfect. 20 by 11 is correct. No, it's okay. 20 by 11 जिसका आगे सही है. Good. Don't convert in decimals. It's fine. Nice, Aman. सबने शिफ्ट करा लिया ना. I think no one got scared of the slab, right? Slab का shift 4 आता है. I hope you shifted the object and took u as minus 20 instead of 24. I hope you took u as minus 20. All right, so should I show the working? Okay, let's just see. Okay, so what sometimes these guys will do to make a slightly scary question, they'll put more things together. Lens dal diya, slab dal diya. But if you think about it carefully, you'll realize कि it's not really supposed to scare you, because ये स्लैब जो है ना, स्लैब को ज्यादा इज्जत मत दे दो. स्लैब इज अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग. स्लैब क्या करता है? शिफ्ट कराता है. शिफ्ट कितने से कराता है? एक सिंपल सा फॉर्मूला है, एक ही है, t into 1 minus 1 by mu. Figure out what that gives you. तो 6 centimeters into 1 minus 1 by 3. 1 minus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. 6 into 2 by 3 is 12 by 3, and 12 by 3 is 4. So slab shifts the object by 4 centimeters in the direction of the light ray. So light is going from left to right. Light is going from left to right. तो जब ऑब्जेक्ट को 4 सेंटीमीटर से तुम शिफ्ट कराओगे, देन ऑब्जेक्ट का डिस्टेंस 24 के जगह, ऑब्जेक्ट का डिस्टेंस 24 के जगह 20 हो जाएगा. 4 सेंटीमीटर आगे शिफ्ट कराओगे तो ऑब्जेक्ट का डिस्टेंस 20 हो जाएगा. ओके, एंड r was given as 5 for the concave and 10 for the, sorry, 5 for convex and 10 for concave. फाइव फॉर कॉन्वेक्स. 15 कहां से देख रहे हो तुम? 5 फॉर कॉन्वेक्स, 10 फॉर कॉन्केव ना. अरे रे, तुमने गलत देख लिया. ओके, कोई बात नहीं. आई होप यू एटलीस्ट गॉट द प्रोसीजर राइट. सो लेट्स सी आगे क्या करना है. सीरियसली, a lot of people took this as 15. ये 15 लग रहा है क्या? नहीं ना, ठीक है. शिट यार. Okay, good thing your exam question paper will be in printed form. But now u is minus 20. Now अब देखो अभी क्या करना है. Yes, true. अब just देखो अब क्या करना है, पहले लेंस का f निकाल दो. कैसे निकालेंगे? पावर फॉर्मूला। तो पावर फॉर्मूला डाल रहा हूं फॉर दिस कॉन्वेक्स लेंस। लुक केयरफुली, कॉन्वेक्स लेंस का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स 3 दिया था, तो 3/1 minus 1, that is actually 2, है ना? And for the second part, so look at the direction of F. F for this guy, I mean R for this guy will be positive. तो R1 is positive 5 दिया था, ठीक है? And R2 is negative 5 because ये पीछे बन रहा है. तो 1/5 minus 1/-5. अब 1/5 minus 1/5 is 1/5 plus 1/5. So that becomes 2/5. And 2 into 2/5 becomes 4/5. So you should get 1/f1 as 4/5. And those who took 15, you should have gotten 4/15. Yeah, but sticking to 5, you get 4/5. Now 1/f2 power for the इसको diopter वगैरह में मत कर लो, let it be in centimeters. सब कुछ centimeters में रख लो. Unless they ask you to report your answer, power का answer ही report करना है, तब diopter में कर लो, because your options will have diopters. But if you are just like right now, we are not actually supposed to answer what the power is. Let everything be in centimeters. Why waste time converting to diopter? Let everything be in centimeters. तो ये हो गया 4/5 centimeters. Similarly, एक अगला concave lens था. Concave lens का refractive index 2 था. Concave lens का R1 minus 10 and concave lens का R2, R1 minus 10, R2 positive 10. R1 minus 10, R2 positive 10. So based on this, the first term comes out to be 2 minus 1, 1. And the second term comes out to be minus 1/10, minus 1/10, that is minus 2/10, which is actually minus 1/5. तो at least ये तो सही आ गया, जिन लोग ने पहले वाले के लिए 15 दिया था. 1/f2 minus 1/5 आया. No problem. ठीक है? All right. So now net power क्या हो जाता है? Net power हो गया 4/5 minus 1/5. I'm adding दोनों का power. I'm keeping everything in centimeters. 4/5 minus 1/5 means my entire lens behaves like one single lens जिसका power कितना है? 3/5. What I'm going to do? I'm simply going to put it in the equation. 1/v minus 1/u is 3/5. सिंपल, दोनों का नेट पावर निकाल दिया. यहाँ पे तो मैं थोड़ा मेहनत करवा रहा हूँ. I'm making you practice lens makers formula again and again. Sometimes if you're lucky, the question may just directly give you f. कई बार question directly f दे भी देता है. ये 4/5 दे देंगे, ये minus 1/5 वगैरह दे देंगे, कई बार directly दे देता है. ठीक है? So directly दोगे तो तुम जल्दी से add कर लोगे. You get net power as 3/5. Please remember 1/v minus 1/u is net power. ये 1 net f. ठीक है? And 1 net f is individual 1 f का summation. So that's 3/5. u को बस -20 डालना था, याद करो. -24 से 4 आगे शिफ्ट करा के -20 पे ऑब्जेक्ट आ गया. बस, that's it, done. Solve this. +1/20 को राइट हैंड साइड पे ले लो, -1/20 plus 3/5 को लिखो 12/20, and then -1 plus 12 actually becomes -11/20. So sorry, plus 11/20. So वहां से we get v is 20/11 centimeters. Got it? In hindsight, was this really very difficult? Makes sense. स्लैब एक छोटा सा, स्लैब का बहुत ही छोटा सा रोल था. क्या किया स्लैब ने? आगे शिफ्ट कराया. अब उसके बाद, isn't this question similar to the first question we did today? जहाँ पे बस 3 की जगह इस बार इनफैक्ट 2 लेंस है. ठीक है? That's the only difference. So yes, you need to remember the formulas. Make a special effort to remember the formulas. And I think we have 7 minutes. Okay, one person has a doubt. Nice doubt. One nice doubt is one of you is asking, sir, slab image को shift कराएगा या नहीं कराएगा? And that's a good question, because whoever's asking this question remembers what had happened for her. है ना? Whoever's asking this question को याद है कि मिरर के वक्त स्लैब ने ऑब्जेक्ट को भी शिफ्ट कराया था इमेज को भी शिफ्ट कराया था। एंड तब वो क्यों हो रहा था? दैट वाज बिकॉज that was because my initial ray was also passing through the slab, and तब मिरर जो रिफ्लेक्ट कराता है उस मिरर के कारण फाइनल रे was also passing through the slab. तो because the initial ray was passing through the slab, तब slab object को shift करा रहा था, and because the final ray was passing through the slab, तब slab image को भी वापस shift करा रहा था. But over here what is happening? Once the light ray passes through the slab, it's never going to pass through the slab again because we don't have a mirror. The final ray is just going to continue moving to the right hand side. Therefore, this slab will not do anything to the image. Got it? If the initial ray passes through the slab moves the object. If the final ray passes, it will move the image as well. So mirror के केस में वो एक double effect हो रहा था. यहाँ पे in fact और भी easy है. There is the rays don't pass again through the slab, so the slab does not produce any more shift. All right. अच्छा, यश का एक सवाल है, how will we know if the rays are passing through which instruments, how many times in case of a complex mirror lens slab arrangement? It's actually this question that you're asking. ये आगे के सेक्शन में थोड़ा काम में आने वाला है. I'm just briefly addressing it now. वो पूछ रहा है कि how do I know कि एक complex slab mirror arrangement में light कितने किस से पास करेगा? To be honest, the answer is simpler than you think. The answer is simpler than you think. Okay, if you give a kid, 7th standard kid, who has understood how light goes through glass and who's understood how a mirror works, if you give him this and he has no knowledge of optics, he can still answer ki my light will go like this through the glass, it will rebound, it will go like this again through the glass. So that kid will easily answer ki it goes through the slab twice, it goes through the lens twice, it goes through this lens also twice, and it hits the mirror once. So just to know कौन से इससे क्या क्या कितने बार पास हो रहा है, सिंपल सी बात है, just trace the ray from the start to the finish, you will get to see क्या हो रहा है. Start से finish trace कर लो, simple ना. यही in fact this is नहीं, forget the deflection तो that of course is happening, but point is what is light passing through. So if I want to see what light passes through, I'm not going to sit drawing refraction and all those bending of rays and all. किससे पास हो रहा है? Simple words में किससे पास हो रहा है? Slab, lens, mirror, again concave lens, convex lens, slab. See, it's quite straightforward. And if there never was a mirror, it will pass through all of them once. If there is a mirror, it's going to pass through them again. Yes. After diverging from the concave lens, would it? Okay, Poona, you have to assume they always hit the mirror. Huh? Diverge हो भी अगर होगा भी, इसका सवाल ये था कि सर what if ये इधर ये इसके बाद डाइवर्ज होके इतना तेजी से डाइवर्ज हुआ कि मिरर ही मिस किया. That's not near normal viewing. Those are not paraxial rays. Those are not even cases we assume. Within the assumptions with which we work, light stays more or less close to the axis. जो भी bending वगैरह हो रहा है, it still stays very much close to the axis. It is going to hit that mirror and it's going to again come again. Okay? Angle कभी भी इतना steep नहीं होगा कि वो सामने वाले object को miss करेगा, instrument को miss करेगा. ठीक है? And okay, that was that doubt. And one of you asked कि पिछले question में, yes, you assume near normal viewing in lenses. And one of you asked कि पिछले question में अगर इसके बाद भी अगर slab होता, तब of course पहला वाला slab object को shift कराता and ये दूसरा वाला slab image को shift कराता. अगर पहले वाले slab में जैसे इसमें 6 मीटर शिफ्ट आया और इसमें 2 मीटर शिफ्ट आया, तो ऑब्जेक्ट को 6 मीटर से शिफ्ट करा के जब इमेज बनेगा, फाइनली इमेज को और 2 मीटर से शिफ्ट कराओ ये स्लैब के कारण, right? As the final rays pass through this slab, that slab is going to shift the image. If convex mirror is there, we will consider that it will travel through lens. Any mirror that is there, you don't need to worry about the nature of the mirror. Any mirror agar hai, it is going to reflect and come back. See, the whole idea is no surface पे ऐसा reflection होगा कि light ray पूरा एकदम sharp angle पे निकलेगा, because we are always assuming near normal viewing paraxial rays, always the rays are close to the axis. That is the kind of assumptions we are making. So they are never going to miss an instrument. Irrespective of the mirror reflect karata hai, so light will pass through these objects again. Okay. One of you said, can shift be negative? Yes. So I would suggest just go back to when I taught shift. Over there you can see कि indeed I have mentioned shift can be negative as well. Shift अगर formula के हिसाब से कभी भी negative आता है, तो all you have to do is you have to move it opposite the direction of light. Positive आता है तो in the direction of light, negative आता है तो opposite the direction of light. Okay. Okay, so your homework before you guys leave, homework is just attempt this page 148 wala question, and I'll just give you a hint. Yeah, I'll upload the pages, and the hint is look at lens maker's formula ka derivation. Lens maker's formula का derivation देख लो. You can of course refer to the next page to check your solution. The answers on the next page. But while attempting this question, before attempting this question, just see the derivation. Look at the lens maker's formula's derivation. This is like one question in the HCV. Yes. What is this question? Lens का refractive index 3 है. इधर एक तरफ ऐसा medium है जिसका refractive index 2 है, और लेंस के दूसरी तरफ ऐसा मीडियम है जिसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स 5 है. लेंस इज सिंपल, इट्स इक्विकॉन्वेक्स, जिसका रेडियाई, both radii are 10 centimeters. Find the focus, find where the light gets focused. All right, attempt this. We'll meet on Monday. Have a nice weekend. Okay, we're meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow we are just having doubts. Okay, guys, no lecture tomorrow. I think we are in a comfortable place in ray optics, so tomorrow we'll just have doubts. All right, bye. Bye. So it doesn't matter where the image is formed, right? It'll act as a virtual object. Yes, Yash, very nice. It doesn't never matters. जिधर भी image बन गया पहले surface के कारण, it will act as a virtual object for the second instrument because they are close. Yes, Yash. Yes. Like तू जो बोल रहा है, इसमें जब image इस slab के आगे बनने दो, बीच में बनने दो, पीछे बनने दो, हर केस में as the light goes towards the right, slab shift कराएगा ही कराएगा. Because image is just a temporary meeting point. As those light rays pass through the slab, again the slab is going to change the location of the image. Okay, light does not terminate at the image, it continues moving. It will continue to pass through the slab and slab will cause that shift. पहले भी बन गया तो भी it will cause that shift. Okay. And one of you saying we solve it by two conditions with different mu. Yes, Aman. I mean, just वो lens makers का formula एक बार देख लो. See how we had done that. And If you revise the form, if you have understood that derivation, Lensmaker's derivation, you will be able to do this. So just check that derivation. It's done by refraction on two surfaces. Any other doubt?